Had a little listen to his podcast, huh?
Dude, it's educational. And besides, I've been wanting to listen to this one.
Welcome to Idling in the Impala, a podcast by and for lovers of supernatural and the fan fiction it inspires. Before we begin, just want to remind you to follow us wherever you listen so you don't miss any episodes or bonus content. If you love what we do and want an easy way to show your support, please consider leaving us a positive that's all the stars rating on your favorite listening platform. It helps SPN and fanfic lovers find us and share in the fun. I'm Sandra.
I'm Kasey, and it's another ranking episode, y'all.
It's another one because we can't stop ranking things.
We can't stop ranking things. I'm gonna giggle so bad, Sandra. No. We can't stop ranking things. But actually, this was, funnily enough, this was not a ranking that was suggested by anyone else. This was a ranking that was suggested by me.
Now, did this come up because of the thing we were talking about with Jules from Superwiki? I was listening to when I was doing the editing. You had made a point of saying, yeah, there's a whole thing about Winchester shirts on there. And I'm wondering if that was what sparked.
Yeah, I might have done.
Because I don't think we did. I don't think you mentioned it until after that. Because we were on a whole thing about all the different and various things. The Superwiki, whatever someone's specific interest is that puts information into the wiki, it could be very broad, it could be very nichey, it could be very just wow, this person's thinking about certain things and has taken the time to do a very thorough list of all of the stuff. So this is where we came up with this, which is what, Kasey?
Our top 5. Neither of us stuck to 5, but that's entirely. It was supposed to be top 5 Winchester shirts. What shirts do the boys wear that are our favorites? What do we think look good? So
we thought, of course, Kasey would handle Sam and I would handle Dean, obviously, because, we know who we spend the more time looking at when we're watching the show and kind of detailing all of the different things. We thought we would try to keep it to 5 because we're okay, it won't be an hour and a half of us talking about.
Kept it to 5.
Kasey kept it to 5. I said no. Because once I started looking, I was like, no, I can't. So I didn't get to 10. But I got to 7. I didn't even want to give them an honorable mention. I also didn't rank them. You ranked yours.
I ranked mine.
Yeah. So basically,
we're starting.
There were no rules. There were no rules to this. No. There were really no hard and fast rules. I don't think we said when we said ranking. I think we just said top. And for me, I didn't think about ranking those. Yeah. And once I got into it, I was like, no, there's so many. I'm going to have a hard time. And yes, bless Superwiki's clothing catalog.
It is clothing catalog.
I was unaware of this until Kasey was I was like, where are you finding this Winchester shirts thing on Superwiki? They were like, clothing catalog. I was like, okay, clothing catalog. Then I was like, wow. I'm like, bless you. Yeah,
it links out to a
it's a live journal, right?
It's a live journal. Hang on, I'm just my computer's going, stop opening tabs, fucking hell.
Yeah.
It links out to a live journal run by a user called Hell's Half Acre. And they have got, it's only top layers, because there's only so many times you can be like Levi 501s, Levi 501s, Levi 501s. Which, by the way, continue to be exceptionally expensive. I am distressed by this. I want Levi 501s. They're fucking expensive. I'm not spending that much on jeans. You can sort by season. You can sort by just Sam's clothes. You can sort by just Dean's clothes. They have some of season 1 episode by episode, but obviously that is an enormous task. So I think that's on hiatus now. But yeah, and you can sort by unique shirts, plaids, coats, t-shirts, long sleeves, Dean's various grey, white, and black Henleys. It's absolutely just a treasure trove.
I don't think I could go that far down the rabbit hole with this. I saw the first page that just had a overall listing. So then that's what I went through, because it had some Sam's and Dean's all mixed together shirts. And then I think it had a couple different, like you said, the categories above unique shirts and stuff. So I think originally you said flannel. I did not go by this. I just went by shirts. So I've got just my favorite shirts that aren't necessarily flannels. Yeah. So
you've got a plan in there, and that's kind of flannel in there.
Yeah. And I'm looking at yours now, and you didn't necessarily heed to the flannel thing either. So okay. We're okay.
No, I didn't. I tried to pick a mix of like t-shirts, like overshirts, so flannel, plaid, whatever you want to call it, overshirts. I tried to find a coat. But the unfortunate. Okay, so here's the thing.
Okay, can we do a suit one next time? Because I have some suits. You know what my favorite.
I was pretty fucking sure that Sam had worn this beautiful black, like
we got to do a suit
long
thing.
Suit coat.
Yeah,
but I couldn't find it. But I was fucking positive because he's coming round the Impala holding coffee, and I'm sure he's wearing this really beautiful, like peacoat
it might
kind
be
of thing.
12 or 13, maybe, because I know they were wearing some really nice coats in like the later seasons, and I think we should. So maybe we'll do if you want to, listeners, let us know if you want us to do like a suit.
We will have to find another
jackets,
another fucking, because this covered like, you know, it's just like coats. But the problem is, for whatever reason, they kept dressing Jared in coats that reached like just about to his midriff, and then for whatever reason, I think it's a Sam stance thing, not so much a Jared thing. But he like puts his hands in his pockets and like hunches himself in and over to make himself look smaller, and I just hate it. I just really don't like it.
Okay.
I just really don't like it.
But I mean, I think we can say quite confidently that. And I mean, I think this makes sense too with like where the story kind of led the boys, where like for a long time they didn't have like a home base, quote unquote. So I think after they got to the bunker, I kind of feel like they're at least Dean's Dean's closet like went boom. And I know that has a lot to do with Jensen, but I mean like Dean's like, you know, the tailoring, like the stuff just started to get like so much better in a way. Like it was just like, it was very much like not rough and tumble, like you didn't have to worry about how many times they were washing their clothes, like, you know, like that kind of stuff. Like it was like,
I'm not gonna name names because I'm above that, but one of the characters had their outfit from Folsom Prison Blues tailored.
Yeah,
and it wasn't Jared,
and it was really nice.
Yeah, no, it looked nice, but that is a ridiculous request.
Okay, so I think we've got to do like a jacket, like a suits, jackets, and maybe like costumes, like, you know, because I think those are like ones that will be a fun ranking.
Because like if we're gonna go costumes, I've got like Sam's mental hospital. You know, I quite like Sam in the orange jumpsuit.
Yeah.
I like him in the Fish and Wildlife. Close to the end.
They are the best dress up dolls. I swear,
so cute.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
All right, guys, we've taken your thoughts out of the equation. Now we're doing this. But yeah, I did try. I tried to pick like a mix of stuff and set. But unfortunately, some of my picks were influenced by the episode that they were in.
Oh no!
Not specifically.
Well, you know what I think. So this is where
I don't hate the shirt, but it made the list because of the episode.
So I think. So my thought process too was like I kind of did when I started to look through some of the shirts. I was like, you know, I do think a lot of these, I think, become almost iconic shirts because they're worn so often, and you start to pick up on them more. Like. So I think that's why I kind of was gravitating towards a few shirts, because I think there's almost this, I don't know if you want to say comfort or whatever, but like you said, if it's, when I was looking at the listing of like a lot of the shirts, I was like, oh, I'm like, this just, it feels so much like Dean to me, because a lot of these are episodes that I really loved and adored him in. And I think that had maybe a lot to do with it as well. And just sometimes like, the boys just look really good in certain shirts. Like there's just something about certain shirts that, I mean, they're always beautiful, but there's like something that just kind of like levels them up in my brain, that it's just like, this embodies like, you know, kind of like with cartoons, how you always see them in sort of like the same outfits, even though it's like years and years and years. It's kind of like, you just feel this, yeah, this is the nostalgia part of Supernatural. Like I see them in this shirt and I get this feeling, or it reminds me of this kind of a situation. So I was noticing that. So I think that's why too, when I went through my list, it's like, well, what episodes? Oh, yes. Okay. This is why. Like, I remember him in this probably because of this scene or like this episode or this kind of thing. So yeah, I was finding that there was a pattern to my picks, I think, overall. So I have like two that kind of fall into the same kind. So maybe that could be a 4, 5s. So I have 7 different shirts total.
Do you want to just run through your Deans, and then I'll run through my Sams rather than switching back and forth. So just run them through whatever order you want to run them through it.
So I'm just going to go from the very first one, because the very first one that came into my mind was Dean and Henley's, right? Like, I think this is just like the boys in Henley. I don't know. Does Sam wear Sam doesn't wear Henley's, I feel like, as much as Dean does. There's something
Sam prefers a shirt. Like Dean double layers his Henley, so he'll wear a t-shirt underneath and then put the Henley over the top. Sam prefers to wear a shirt and an overshirt.
Okay.
So unfortunately, I don't get that beautiful back swoop.
So Dean in Henley's.
Hopefully Sandra will release this document because it's a really great picture.
I will. Because I feel like Dean in a Henley, there's just something about the way it fits him overall. I feel like the early season Henleys, I feel like there might have been like I don't even know if there were layers, they were not like as like thick layers. So you got a chance to like see more of like, you know, the stuff that's being covered by him with in the Henley. But I just adore the way his arms are, like, you know, like just everything about his body in a shirt is just in a Henley is just very, very
now,
beautiful.
Is it specific to, now we're saying Henleys, which is a very specific design of long sleeve shirt. Does it have to be a Henley? Could it be any kind of long sleeve shirt, or do you need that kind of like button at the top part of it as well?
I like the button, even though he's such a tease, because like you said, he usually's got something underneath, but I'd love that.
He'll unbutton his Henley like a shirt. Oh, and then there's another fucking shirt. Obviously, like nobody is a half for unbuttoning shirts. That is comedic effect.
No. But it's a little. He's very much a tease. There are just teases in general, but
because it's like you look at him and you're like, oh, he's not wearing an overshirt. It's nearly nude Winchester, and then he turns around and you can see the collar of another shirt under his unbuttoned Henley, and you're like, oh, fuck you, Winchester.
Yeah. So I mean, I love him in Henleys in general, but I gotta say my favorite Henley of his, it's in and I don't even know if he wears it again, I'm not sure, but it's one of my favorite episodes, Nihilism. It's in season 14. It's the final scene where he's in his bedroom with Billy, who's death at this point. Oh my god, he's gorgeous in this episode anyway. I mean, like, he plays Michael Dean. He's like, you know, Dean's locked up in his brain, you know, by Michael and all of that stuff, but he's just gorgeous in general. And in that scene, they even have a scene where he's like bent over his sink because he's trying to like keep Michael, you know, contained in his brain. And you see like the way the Henley just kind of like tugs over his like the shoulder blades and stuff in the back. And it's just like, he's very well defined in Henley. And I really love that. And that scene is just like, man, he's gorgeous. It's gorgeous in that one. So that for when you said shirts, that scene came into my mind. I was like, yes, we got to do that one. This one I was told by Dreamer if I did not include.
You were mildly threatened about this.
I was threatened about this one, but this one was gonna come in anyway. I mean, how could it not? It's Dean's murder shirt, which is his red Carhartt shirt. He's worn other red button-up shirts before, and there's another article where it's like, you know, make sure you know which shirt, you know, we're talking about here, because there are different ones.
Specific one.
A little Carhartt label on it, and it's one that he wears a lot in his Demon Dean phase, like in Reichenbach, and then he wears it all throughout Soul Survivor when Sammy's got him chained up in the sex dungeon, and then he's like chasing Sam around in the halls and stuff. But I also
it makes a few appearances it makes one appearance in 7. It makes a few appearances in 8.
Well, that's the thing. Like, he's worn it before, so I do like the fact that
he wears it afterwards as well.
Yeah, he does, and I like that. I almost like that it does embody Demon Dean, but you get to see him in it as just, you know, as the Dean that we know and love, and I think it's just, I do like that with the shirt. Like, you get to see it throughout multiple seasons, and it takes on this very like. It's like mythical, I think, at this point. I mean, like, people just like, you know, when you say the murder shirt, people just know.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows what it is. And I'm not a very like brand oriented person. I'm not into clothes. I don't really know about labels and stuff. So can I tell you how excited I was when I went through Ted's closet and I saw he has a few Carhartt shirts? I was like, oh, I was like, you need to wear these. Just like, what are you talking about?
What is immediately?
Dean wears these kinds of shirts. I was like, wear these more often, please. Because apparently he does wear a few Carhartts, like I've seen other on the show. I think he wears like a blue one, and a couple others I think are Carhartts. So
Carhartt is a ask me how I know, is a pretty common brand on Supernatural, because I went through a period of looking for boots, Supernatural boots for my husband, and Dean wears a very distinctive type of boot called a logger's boot with a quite a distinctive heel that I don't think my husband would be hella into. But I did. I spent a fair minute looking at the footwear of Sam and Dean.
The nice thing is my husband is very, I would say, like, you know, blue collar guy anyway. So he's always kind of been into, he's got a lot of like work flannels and stuff like that, like in the wintertime and stuff like that. He's always been a flannel or plaid, you know, like that kind of guy. So it wasn't too far of a stretch. I was like, oh my gosh, he's got Carhartt. This is like how excited I was, like when I saw a speaker that had like Jensen on it. I was like, it's been in my house forever, but I finally like made the connection, like, you know, when I got into Supernatural, and it's the little things. It's little things that get me happy.
Yeah.
So anyway, the murder shirt, that's classic. If I don't think I would be allowed into the Dean Club if I didn't, you know, talk about the murder shirt. That's, I think, required.
You might end up in trouble. Yeah,
I would get in trouble. Now this next one, I actually saw just recently in a season 13 episode, and when I saw it, I was like, that is such a pretty shirt. And then I looked, and he's worn this a few times, and it does have it's in the live journal, it's called Dean's Blue Double Pointed Pocket Shirt. It's got like a Western vibe, and it's a deep, rich blue. I love him in blue, so this is going to be a theme. But this one's a very like deep, I don't even know what you'd like not like a navy,
it's not navy,
not a cobalt,
but
it's just very like, it's just deep and rich and like not bright, you know what I mean? But it's just, it's got like a deep color to it.
I have no idea. I don't know what you would call it, because it's not like royal or navy. It's just a very deep blue, like almost blue black, but like just a little bit more blue. And it's got snaps as well, which I learned a fair bit about the cut of fucking overshirts when I was looking up Sam's. And Western is a cut of like an overshirt, and they usually have snaps instead of buttons. Sam favors them really heavily. I don't okay. All right, yeah, okay.
I kind of feel like this, I don't know, it felt like it has like a cowboy feel, like with the Western, right? So it feels like it fits Dean in a lot of these episodes. And I mean, there's like a great scene, I think I don't know which episode it is. It might be There's Something About Mary, when they get the Colt back. And, you know, it's like, you know, he says something like, welcome back, baby, or something like to the gun or whatever. And it's just like, he
doesn't wear it in There's Something About Mary.
I don't know if it's which one is it then? It's one of the ones where they get the Colt back. It's in season 12, I feel, but then it's not. There's Something About
12. He wears it in Lily Sunder has some great. Yeah,
that must be it.
No, it's the British invasion.
Okay,
he wears the shirt at the very end of the episode after Eileen has left, and Sam gives him back.
There. Okay, so that's the one. But so it's just he just looks really good in it. Jensen, not that Jensen was, you know, I feel like there's a point in time, and I was thinking about this too as I was getting ready for the episode. I don't like my guys really bulky, but I like them fit. And Dean just kind of like, he's bulky in certain places that matter. Like, you know, he's not like super like thin waisted all the time, but there's then like later years, I feel like he has more of like a bigger shoulder expanse than his waist does get a little like thinner and trimmer. And like when you see him just without all of the layers, you see that more. And I kind of like that you see that. Like you see more of his shape, I think, in later seasons. Even with the layers, it's kind of like they're just fitting, like you said, tailored. It's almost, he's more tailored.
Just fitted better, yeah.
It's fitted better. And I like that you get to see, I feel like some of his clothes do that. And even like his overshirts, sometimes the way they're just, and I'm sure the Western shirt has that sort of like, cinched feel to it in general, maybe like the fit or the style.
That might be. I'll be honest, I didn't look up what a Western cut was. I was like, okay.
But it feels like it has that, at least like a lot of the ones I think have that more to it. And in any way, he looks gorgeous in it. He looks gorgeous in the color. That was one of my picks. This other one, I think I could combine. It's basically like denim shirts, like they call one the rugged blue shirt, and then they call one his light blue denim shirt. I kind of group these together because I feel like he wore one in like sort of the first half of the show, and then he wore like another one in like a few seasons after. And I mean, one of the ones that he wears it in is Baby in season 11 when they're in the car. So I think that I just have a soft spot.
Is that the scene where he goes, where he's talking about like a phrase that people attribute to the Bible, but it's actually from like Aesop's fairy tales. And then Sam looks at him and he's like, I read. Yeah. I thought it was familiar. God,
I think with that, it's so just, funny. Again, I love him in the color, and I love just blue shirts denim. I love him in denim anyway. And I feel like it's a very nostalgic look to Dean, and I just think he looks so pretty. He's in a lot of episodes that when I saw these shirts, I was like, oh, yeah, it's Dean to me. And then I think the last one that comes up in a few episodes, again, it's more like iconic for the scenes for me, but it's also like whenever I see red and black checkered plaid now, I can't help but think of Supernatural. I just think it's a thing. So I know I believe he's worn variations.
This one was in There's Something About Mary.
That's where I was getting confused. So this one is like a season 12, I think like a season 13 episode, and it's his red and black checkered plaid shirt. I think it's a little bit, it's more distinct. It's more like it's not like as subtle.
I don't know if you call it. It says gingham pattern, which is distinct from buffalo plaid. But yeah, it's like very much like there is red and there is black, and that's it. There's no like other lines of color, and like it's very blocky. There's not like
very much like
lines
a checkerboard.
Of red. Yeah, there's no lines of red in the black or black in the red. It's very like, there's like red mixed with black, but still red, black mixed with red, but still black, and that's it. Those are the four colors. A beautiful fucking shirt.
Yeah. And I just, for me, I feel that's very, I don't know, that's kind of like a Winchester like trademark. Like,
he also,
look,
I don't know if this contributed to your picking of the thing, but he wore that one in Scooby Natural.
Yeah, I think that had something to do with it too, because I think he wears it towards he wears it in the beginning. Again, I think it's just one of those things.
No, it's cartoonified. He's wearing that.
Yeah,
that's the one he's wearing in there.
Yeah, it's a very, like, we were just talking, I think, about like, how cartoons kind of like they'll use the same. So it's for them to have used that, I thought was very like, this is what you would see him in like probably every episode if it was a cartoon kind of a situation. And I could totally see that with Cartoon Dean, like just all the time. But yeah, so those were like my ones I think that you would say you've seen him wear more than once. My other honorable mention, which I think was why I was having a hard time keeping it to just 5, was it's in season 5, Dark Side of the Moon. It's Dean's I Love Hugs t-shirt. It is the cutest darn thing I've ever seen, I think, the man wear on the show. There's not many things that you could say, Dean looks super cute in. He looks so cute in this shirt. And again, it's, he's, I think 4, he's supposed to he owned that shirt when he was 4 years old, kind of a thing. So so he's apparently like, he's in this heaven with his mother. So like, you take the assumption that she's seeing a 4-year-old Dean, but Dean's in like what he would have worn when he was 4 years old. And the shirt is so cute. It's hidden by like, of course he's got like another overshirt, but you see the little teddy bear and the I Love Hugs.
You can see it. I Love Hugs.
It's just so gosh darn cute. It's just, he's just so cute in it. And it's such a like heartbreaking scene too, but he's so lovely in it. And it's just very sweet. And I just think it's adorable. And I was like, I have to include that. And I'm sure there's more that I've missed that other people will talk about, but that will be for our listeners to tell us. But Kasey, your Sam shirt.
My Sam shit. All right. I had to open up all of the pages so I could fucking talk about them. All right. So I did rank mine. So I will go 5 to 1, and I'll throw my honorable mentions in there as well. So my number 5, and this is less about the shirt and more about the episode that it's in. So my bad. It's the Sam's white dotted stripe shirt, and if you're thinking, I don't know what shirt that is, that's totally fine. It's in a fair few episodes, but the first appearance that it comes in, and the reason that I remember it, is because he's wearing it in Born Under a Bad Sign. It's the shirt that he's wearing when he ties Joe up and sings his little song.
So it's Meg Sam.
But he wears it a lot in, he wears it like 3 times in 4, he wears it in 7, and he wears it in 8, and it gets ruined in 8, and he never wears it again. He's wearing it when he kills the Hellhound and gets covered in all the ick.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Now, man, you needed to check out the Tumblr. Like, they tell you all this shit. Like, if the fate of a shirt is known, they'll tell you what it is. But yeah, no, it's that's the one. He's wearing that, and that's Meg Sam.
Well, again, I think it's almost like the costume, right? It's the outfit that goes with the character. You like and again, I think Sam in particular has a lot of other characters, that he embodies in, and I think that they become very iconic in a way to people that are, like for Meg Sam, this is like, you're going to be paying attention to a lot of stuff that's going on in that scene. And
I always think it's interesting when they wear these shirts and something awful happens, like Dean's murder shirt. I always think it's interesting that he wears it after that. I would have burned it. Same with the Meg Sam shirt. Like, you'd be like, oh no, I did horrible things to this shirt.
Well, there's an interesting thing, I think, on the live journal, like some of the articles talk about like what they think the fate of the shirt is, or like so I think that's interesting too, like to think about, like, what would happen and why would they continue to wear something, and again, like, why are they just not putting 2 and 2 together? Are they trying to, like, I don't know, make better memories? I don't know, like, they could be doing that.
For this shit, for Sam, this is early seasons when they didn't have a lot of money and they didn't have a lot of clothes. So it kind of makes sense. But like, they were living in the bunker when Dean was a demon. He totally could have burned that shit.
Yeah.
We're glad he didn't. It's beautiful. But he totally could have. But yeah, that's my number 5. It's Sam's Meg Sam shirt.
Like, dude, stop wearing that shirt. PTSD. I had the trauma every time I see you in it.
Re-traumatized. Yeah. So my number 4 is Sam's grey sweater. And Sam only wears a couple of like actual proper sweaters in the shirt. And this one he wears it in Route 666. He wears it in Playthings, and he wears it in Sex and Violence. So it doesn't really, like, it's not like it doesn't make it through like a full episode, but he just looks really snuggly in it. Yeah,
it looks nice and comfy.
And unfortunately, he's also wearing an undershirt under it. Fucking come on now. Stop that. When I was researching this, actually, I didn't think to mention this when you talk about Dean's Henley. Obviously, they filmed in Vancouver, and it's pretty fucking cold in Vancouver. So there's every chance that even when they were single layer Winchesters, J2 were like, it's fucking freezing. Can we have another shirt? But I don't know, because then that goes the other way when you find out that, like, sometimes they would cut the sleeves off their shirts if they were wearing them under suits and stuff because it was too hot. Or
I would think wouldn't it just be a matter of like it would look too bulky? It just wouldn't fit as well. Like, that's what I would think too. Like, they would cut it because the shoulders just it would be uncomfortable. Because I know when I wear, a long sleeve and then another long sleeve.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. But I like that one.
Yeah, reason to like it. It looks very nice on him.
It's very, very soft, comfy. Huge fan.
Fan.
So maybe a surprising entry here. But this is actually one of the first things that we ever see Sam wear. And it's Sam's black and grey. It's called Sam's black and grey vanishing logo shirt, and it is the shirt that Sam wears in the pilot.
Okay.
When Dean breaks into his house. And it makes a couple more appearances in season 1. So he wears it in Dead in the Water. He wears it in Skin. He seems to wear it when saying bye to people.
Okay.
He wears it in Home, and he wears it in Faith as well.
Okay.
And it's like a gray shirt, and it's got like a beer logo on it with like a black trim around the hem, the neckline and stuff. And it just. All right, I'll front up. We see him sleeping in it. And it's one of the very few times that we do see him sleeping. It's when he wakes up. He's in bed with Jess and he wakes up because Dean makes a noise. But he's sleeping and he's all soft and baby and he looks so cute. I really like it.
It is a cute shirt. Yeah, I can see how. So the logo, they say, vanishes? Like it doesn't show up in certain scenes. Like if it comes up again, it looks like it's lost its logo. So maybe it's just a shirt that looked quite like it up to a certain point.
A similar one, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's cute. I like it.
But the person who does the research says that if it's two shirts, they both have that same black trim.
The color. Yeah.
You know, that's we're just going to count it as one.
Oh, look at the next one. What a shock that this one made it.
Shut up. Shut up.
Speaking of one layer, Winchester.
I like the soft shirt. I like that one. Yeah. My number 2 is fuck off. It's the yoga shirt that he wears when they pretend to be whatever the fuck they are at Canyon Valley. So
he's a yoga instructor.
Yeah, Sam's yoga shirt. And I don't actually have like any further detail on this. He only ever wears it for that one episode because it's literally uniform. It probably should have come under a costume, but I don't care.
It's fine.
There's biceps and traps
we'll give
and
it
nips.
Yeah.
And triceps and forearms and his adorable little wrinkle confused forehead in that shirt. Just really nice. He's got lovely hair. Like, oh fucking I don't know what you want from me, people. I don't know what you want from me. It was not on the runner's outfit, and he's wearing a hoodie in that one. And the only reason I like that one is for the fucking blooper. So I don't know if that counts.
He fills it out very well. He does. Lovely. He does indeed.
Lovely Sam titties.
Yeah, that's very pretty.
I'll never say that to Jared ever. Lovely titties. No. And then a couple of honorable mentions before we get to number 1.
Okay.
So honorable mention, the first is the charcoal hoodie, which I think when everyone thinks of this, they think of Faith, because it's the hoodie that Dean is wearing in Faith when he's all dying and stuff. Okay. But it's actually Sam's hoodie. Okay. And Sam only wears it one time. Dean wears it in Faith, and Sam wears it in Night Shifter.
Aww. Okay.
But it's a shared garment, and the only reason that we assume Sam is the one out of the two of them that wears hoodies, so we have to assume that Dean nicks it off Sam. You know, but
Dean does wear a gray hoodie in one later season episode that I don't think is Sam's. So, but I don't know. It's the only time you see him wear. I think I can remember him wearing a hoodie. Any other time besides Faith.
But the person who does the runs this live journal says since Dean is actually wearing it in its first appearance, there's still room to debate on ownership. But I think logically it must be Sam, since Sam is the one who wears the hoodies in the family. But Sam wears it also, so I feel like I can have it.
Yeah,
because Sam wears it also. Absolutely. But it just like everybody loves the Faith hoodie. Was you me snuggle Dean in his little snuggle?
Well, you know, I was
in a wee little burrito.
Okay, so tangent. I was thinking about this the other day, and I don't know why it took me so fucking long to like come to this understanding about Dean in particular with like his dad's jacket. But the fact that his dad's jacket that he wears for so many years is so much bigger than him, and it's just like. I was like, God, it's a security blanket. Duh, for fuck's sake. It's like, that's his, like...
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I didn't... I was like, it's his, like, security blanket. And I feel like, in a way, the gray hoodie in Faith, or the charcoal hoodie in Faith, it feels like it's bigger on Dean anyway, like, than it should be. So I definitely feel like it could have been a Sam, you know, like, maybe a Sam thing, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, and that's definitely the point of the clothing in that episode, is to, like, make him look... smaller and frail and ill, obviously. But Sam wears it in one scene in one episode. I'm calling it a Sam.
It's Sam's. That's totally plausible. Totally plausible.
My second honorable mention is one of the very few times that Sam wears just black. So it's an overshirt, and it's just called Sam's black shirt. It appears in a few places. It's in Abandon All Hope, Pac-Man Fever, a few episodes in season 12 and a couple of episodes in season 13. It's the shirt he's wearing in the No Sam, It's a Lizard, It Tastes Like a Lizard episode.
Yeah,
it's that one that he's wearing in The Bad Place, but it's just a black, like, snap western style. Sure, what the fuck that means. But just he looks really nice in black, like you know.
I think it's the stitching. Like, I think there's something that's happening like at the shoulders that makes it like Western too. Like it does like it's got like a pleat or something at the top that they do with it that just makes it stand out more. Just yeah, like I said, they just kind of give you a little bit of a cowboy vibe. I just always get when I see those kinds of shirts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe after this I will actually look at what the fuck a Western cut is, but that's I'm not doing that today. I'm not doing that today. But yeah, no, he's all in black, and it's real cute.
So this next one.
No, I'm saving that one.
Okay. Is that after your number one? You're gonna go back to that? Okay.
Yeah, because it doesn't really count.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Sandra's like, no, it fucking doesn't.
Because then I could pick a whole bunch of.
Okay, so here's the thing. I was gonna put in an honorable mention for you, but there were a few to choose from, and I don't want to speak for you. So if you can think of one really quickly off the fly, you can have one. So my number one shirt, and it's really funny that Sandra picked the blue denim that Dean wears in Baby, because my number one pick is also a shirt that Sam wears in the episode Baby, and it's his red and black, but it's a faded red and black, because he wears a couple of red and black plaids, but this is the faded one. And if you want a visual of that, it's the one he's doing up after Piper, when he's in the front seat and he's doing his shirt up and he goes, "Don't night moves me," when Dean puts the tape in. That's the shirt. It's that one. I fucking like. I love red and black plaid. Like I own a couple of red and black plaid shirts myself. It's just a really. I'm goth at heart. Leave me alone. I love red and black. It's real cute. It's kind of similar to Dean's red and black in it. It's that kind of like there's red and there's black and that's it. But it's much more faded. Dean's
but it's definitely has that blocky feel. That's much more like that. Yeah, it's kind of cute. Yeah, it's cute that how we like picked ones that were very, very similar. I think in a certain like vibe for it. Very nice. Very nice.
And he wears it in Baby. He wears it in Beyond the Mat. Don't Call Me Shirley. Lily Sundoes Some Regrets. The British Invasion. What is it? Advanced Thanatology. Tombstone, A Most Holy Man, Nightmare Logic. We don't know what happens to it, but he wears it in a few episodes. But it's just really nice.
It is. It's a very iconic, nostalgic feel to Sam, I think. Yeah, very
and
nice
in the, I don't know what episode it is, but in the other picture that is accompanying this shirt, he's wearing. It's not as deep a V-neck as Jared has one, but for Sam Winchester, it's a very deep V-neck black shirt, and it's. With his Levi 501s, they're probably not 501s, but whatever. With his blue jeans, and it's just, goddamn,
yeah, very
so
nice.
that's my number one. But this is my podcast. Half of this is my podcast, so I can bend the rules if I want to bend the rules. So I didn't put this in the actual ranking because I knew Sandra would have about 8 shirts. But I would like to special honorably mention the shirt that Sam wears in the Third Man opening. I'm gonna let you consider that for a minute. Yeah, the shirt that he's not wearing in the Third Man opening, it's technically a shirt. It's the skin shirt he wears when he's working out and brushing off the sex worker. That's my favorite Sam shirt. Shirt at all.
That's I can see why that would be, even though technically it's
it's my favorite. That's my favorite Sam shirt when he wears nothing at all. And I was gonna put one on for you because I was like, that was skin. And there was
I wouldn't
Slice Girls.
No.
And there was Heaven and Hell. But I didn't want to speak for you because maybe it's the back in Heaven and Hell, or maybe it's the soft little Tom in Slice Girls. I didn't want to speak for you.
Well, see, so you have the benefit of like that one episode that shows the front and back shirt view of Sam in the Third Man. So I'd want to take care of the front and the back for Dean. So
you can have Slice Girls in Heaven and Hell.
No, I don't want Slice Girls. I want
you
Heaven.
When he's pulling off that fucking.
No, I want Heaven and Hell with the back because that's exquisite, and then I want Route 666 with the front because Cassie gives his nipples some attention, and I feel like that's very important.
I completely forgot that. Yeah, I forgot that. My bad. Sorry.
So I
I
would
was
go
like-
with those two if we're going to do front and back like that. Because
That's perfectly valid, because for a second I was like, you don't like a man taking off a white shirt?
oh no, I love that. But I'm going to say if we have to like
no,
pick,
no.
that's
Yep.
what I'm going for. That's what I'm going for.
Perfectly valid. You could have had the frontal from Skin as well, but it doesn't have the nipple aspects to it.
No, and the
crucially
context
important.
of it kind of like I just always remember the whole thing that Kripke like just gets such a big kick out of that, like, you know, he remembers reading like somebody I think was doing like a real time thing or like was making comments about, oh my gosh, Dean Winchester's taking his shirt off, and then oh my god, Dean Winchester's taking his skin off, and I can't with that. Like I want to see like I like the softness and attention he gets in Route 666, and I like just the beautiful back slope, and that's just gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So okay, you get to have that. I get to have that. We're all good.
Our favorite Winchester shirts are when they wear nothing.
I feel like we haven't been like this basic about the boys in a really long time, so I kind of like this.
You said to me, Winchester shirts, and I was like, it's technically a shirt. No shirt is also a shirt choice. Mostly I was being a dick, and like I said, if I could have been confident in what would have done for you, I would have put them in for you as well. But I didn't because like I would have picked Slice Girls, and that just wouldn't have had the nipple factor that you needed. So
nope, it wouldn't.
And I'm not gonna lie, it's because of the blooper.
I know. That too is like a lot of like I think I just remember the blooper a lot with that specific scene too. So I like that there's nothing reality wise that can break my thoughts from Route 666. So we're good.
Here's the thing: when he pulls it off really freaking smoothly in the actual episode, I'm like, wait, no, that's not right. What?
But this was fun. I like this. I feel like this is a nice like break. So yeah, I think we should definitely do one again. That's maybe like suits, outfits, like, you know, like the special.
Yeah.
You know, because technically you could say a Fed suit is an outfit. You know, like when they wear it, they're wearing it. So yeah, I think we can.
Oh, I remembered as well. I have a fondness for the jacket that Sam is wearing in, I don't know if it's mint condition. It's the one where they're walking down the hallway and you think Dean is talking about his experience with Michael, but he's actually talking about Sam's grief vid. And Sam's wearing one of those jackets that only comes to his midriff, and he shoves his hands in the pockets and he goes, some people say I look good. And he like rocks back on his heels and like moves his arms. And Dean's like, no, Sam, no people say that. But that is far more to do with the fact that you like, it's kind of like the little brother, like, shut up, Dean, but also with the confidence of a grown man who like has the confidence to be like, shut up, Dean.
Yeah.
But it's the rocking back and forth with the arms that I like.
Yeah. I think that's the beginning
the jacket
of the scar. So I think that's right before mint condition.
And mint condition is that I couldn't remember if we had that open and then when we came in, because mint condition he's like, oh, you shave like off his belly. I couldn't remember if it was the same episode or not. Yeah. It was like I can't sleep. It's just always there when I think about it. It's just a beard, Dean. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. But again, that is, I hate the jacket. It's just the rocking back and forth.
It's just rocking back and forth.
Good.
This is cute. I like this. This was fun. So
don't ask us to do jeans though, because I'm not going to sit here and go Levi's. No. But I think we've got an idea for another one. So we'll put that on the list, and we'll do that at some point in the future. But yeah, let us know your favorite Sam and Dean shirts. And whether or not they entail the decision to not have one on, but we probably know where most of us are going to side when it comes to that. But I expect to be yelled at for not including Sam's purple dog shirt.
You're expecting that? Okay. Yeah. I'm probably going to
I'm not that big a fan of it, to be fair.
I'm probably gonna. I mean, there's probably one I'm just not even thinking about that people are like, "Oh my gosh, that's such an iconic Dean shirt. How did you forget this?" But so I'll be interested in hearing what people have to say.
There was a lot of links, guys. There's a lot of links. We just had to pick the ones that were distinctive.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, I think again we had some thoughts immediately. Like I knew of two. I knew I was gonna have to include, but that I wanted to include. Yeah, once you really start to drill down, there's a lot of episodes and a lot of shirts. To go through. So thank you to so do we know who the person is? Like, what's the name of the person that like has done all of this amazing Hell's Half Acre? I know is the live journal one. Is that the same one?
I got, apart from the yoga one, because it wasn't included there and I had to go just find images from that somewhere else. It is Hell's Half Acre, and we will include a link to the master post.
Okay.
for that. You can get to it from the clothing catalog on the Superwiki. But it the clothing catalog links out to this anyway. So
yeah, so we'll put probably links to our documents in, which will then take you to the clothing catalog stuff, so you guys can see it yourselves, and you guys can let us know which ones we missed that you would think would be your favorites. But yeah, let's wrap up because we got some more stuff to do today. So thank you for listening, and let us know what you thought of the episode. You can email us at idlingintheimpala@gmail.com. You can comment on Spotify in the Q&A section, leave a YouTube comment, join our Discord, and chat with fellow idlers and us in real time. Check out our merch store, which is another fun way to show your support. You can find details for everything on our website. That's idlingintheimpala.com. Want to fuel our supernatural road trip? Consider joining us on Ko-fi for as little as $1 a month. We have perks to go along with different membership tiers, and we'd love to have you along for the ride.
Speaking of perks, we've got special shout-outs for some of our Ko-fi members. From our Shotgun Picks the Music tier, we have Runaway Dreamer, Crowley's Mistress, Sam and Dean 76, Elia, and Charlie. Thanks for picking the tunes in the car and keeping the lights on in the bunker. Support like yours keeps our podcast going. Don't forget, you can always support us for free by liking, commenting, subscribing on YouTube, and following, rating, sharing on audio platforms. Engagement like that really helps us with the algorithms. All hail their benevolence. As always, we have the causes we support in the description. So for me, you have LGBTQ plus talking charities. From Sandra, you have mental health charities. And the main causes that we are highlighting, championing, spotlighting, as always, are World Central Kitchen and Doctors Without Borders. If you want to know more about these causes, why we're supporting them, what they mean to us, check out idlingintheimpala.com. There's a page there called Causes Cause with all the details. So with that, we will say thank you for joining us in the backseat, and we will see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.